Undefeated.
What's going on, everyone? Scotty White, World Combat Sports, man. I'm with the one and only Jahi Tucker, 3-0 undefeated welterweight professional boxer. He has a fight coming up next week, June 12th. Tapping in with him again. Hey, how's things been for you there, Jahi?
Everything been cool, you know. It's been a pretty good camp. You feel me? I'm just getting the last couple pounds. I'm about to be on weight before a week before the fight, you know. So you know it's a good camp. I just can't wait to put on the show.
Hey, man, who is your coach?
My dad, he trained me. But I got plenty of different coaches though. Like it's a team. Main head coach is my pops. You got Coach Rob. You got Coach Terry. You got Coach Joe. Feel me? You got Coach Kevin from Cool Shadow Boxing. You know, I got coaches all over.
Hey, I just wanted to ask you, Jahi, because each one of your fights, you continue to improve each and every time. You know, your first fight was televised, you know, and you earned your first victory. Ever since your first fight, you 3 fights in now, you seem to improve each and every time.
Yeah, and that's the goal, you know, because, you know, I want to show, like, I really feel like I'm one of the best fighters in the world. Like, really. It's just, it always going to come with experience and time, and the more I get comfortable, the more you guys gonna see from me, you know. And it won't be long before I'm 100% comfortable. And there's nothing that I can't do in the ring, you know, in the pro setting at least.
Absolutely. I see Eric Rodriguez, man. You went to the body to close it down in the second round. You know, is that something you're more focused on now, diversifying your attack?
Yeah, you know, it's the most important thing. It's the most important thing. You can't let your opponent know where it's coming from, you know. You can't go to the head all the time, so I had to mix up the bodies. And body shots are very important in the pros. I learned, you feel me? I had to learn that. I just try to, you know, mix it up every time I can.
That's what it is, man. What you know about your opponent going in here? Israel Rodriguez, right?
Yeah.
Or Israel Barbosa.
Barbosa.
He's 3-1-1. He's the most experienced, I think, right?
Yep, most experienced. He seems to be the strongest because he got 3 fights, 3 wins, 3 knockouts, you know. But I can tell he's I'm gonna assume he's stronger. I know he's more experienced than he fought a 6-rounder before, you know. He's coming in. He's usually fights 154. He's coming down to 47, you know. So I know he's a little bit bigger, but you know, hey, skills pay bills. You feel me? And I'm strong enough to hold my own. I feel, you know. So I just can't wait to get in there.
Hey, I think your fans, not your fans, so to speak, but the boxing community as a whole, I think they still underestimating you because you only have, you know, 3 professional fights so far.
Yeah.
But you've been extremely entertaining with those 3 professional fights. Do you feel the same way?
I mean, when I go in there, I feel like you guys haven't seen my best performance yet. Every fight, I feel like it's not even close to my best performance. Not even 50%. That's how I feel about every fight, you know? Because I know I can do so much more. And
yeah. Somebody probably call.
I understand that, you know, it's 3 fights and it's early, you know? But I feel like soon it will be undeniable, you know?
So hey Jahi, do you feel like you're one of those fast track fighters that may potentially be
something wrong with your mic? I can't hear you.
Well, I haven't did anything. You might need to go out and come back in.
Wait, hold on, I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You might be on mute or something like that from the phone call. Did you just get a phone call?
Should I leave and join back?
Yeah. Leave and come back in. If y'all have any questions, those of you that's tuned in, you know, drop them in the live chat, man, you know, so I can ask Jahi Tucker, you know, any questions that you may have about this upcoming fight, you know, next week, June 12th. Very talented fighter, man. Pay attention, you know, and tune in. He's a top-ranked fighter, signed with Jay Prince. So, yeah, definitely tap in, man. Ask any questions that you feel like. And this is a talented welterweight right here. Yeah, I can hear you good now.
I hear you perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So do you believe that you know, the way you feel in the ring, your strength and everything. I know you only 3-0, but do you feel like you might be one of those short track fighters that may get that opportunity before your 15th professional fight? You seem
Yeah,
to be elevating yourself pretty quickly.
yeah, I feel like skill wise, I feel like I'm up there with the elite fighters in the world, with the Terrence Crawfords of the world, the Lomachenko's, the Sikorsky's. Skill wise, maybe not experience or accolades wise, but I know for a fact skill wise I'm up there with those guys. I just want to keep proving myself and getting better and better and better so I can get to that level and the competition now.
Hey, I like your attitude there, Jahi. And
Thank
also
you, man.
when you're in the ring, man, one thing I appreciate about your style is your movement.
Thank you, man.
Man,
I
you have
appreciate it.
movement to elude punches. That's one thing that's going to take you far in the sport. Is your defense.
Appreciate that.
You're gonna need that, along with your offensive game plan to go
Yep.
far in the sport. I believe that's
Yep.
something that you can compare to Pernell Whitaker's of boxing, and so forth. Very slick,
Yeah.
elusive.
I try to study all the greats. When I was younger, I always try to study all the greats. No matter what they was great at. Once they was great, whether it be Pernell Whitaker, whether it be Floyd, whether it be Henry Armstrong, whether it be that, feel me? No matter who it is, I try to study and take something from their game. So you saying that it's like Pernell is a big honor. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Let me ask you some professional boxing questions.
Huh?
Some events that's going down in the welterweight division.
Huh?
Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao.
Yep.
Give me your take on that.
That's a hard fight, but stylistically wise, it's a tough fight. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna go Pacquiao. It's
Oh
a really hard fight.
wow.
It's a really hard
Oh
fight.
shit.
It's a really hard fight. You know what I mean?
So Jahi, you telling me you think Pacquiao gets it done against pound for pound Errol Spence in this next fight?
Yeah, I
That's
feel
a
so
bold statement. But I respect it though. It's
yeah,
bold, but I respect that, man.
because I look at it. I don't look at the names or like the status. I look at the styles. You feel me? And the attributes like how fast is he compared to him. Errol Spence a lot of the time is a flat-footed fighter. You feel me? His defense is subpar. He's very strong, but so is Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, a lot of people underestimate him because he came up from certain weights. But don't forget,
Yeah.
you gotta be a hell of a strong person to come from 108, win all the way up from 108 or wherever he was at to come 154 and win. Feel me? And even thinking about going to 160. So, and the speed, phenomenal movement, going. I know Errol Spence is not. It's not gonna be a one-sided fight. Errol Spence is gonna fight. It might be a draw, but
Yeah.
I feel like Manny Pacquiao gonna pull it out.
So Manny Pacquiao, 42 years old in the sport, and he's
Yes.
an 8 division champion. He's been in there a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
You still think he has the goods for a
Yeah.
young lion like Errol Spence, man?
Yeah. Not only got the goods, but you said he's been there for a long time. He got the experience. I don't think Manny Pacquiao would take that fight if he didn't think he could win. There's not a lot of
Okay.
people, and Errol Spence, the way to beat Manny Pacquiao, the way to nullify it, it's not his style. More to say, he moves too slow. You feel me? Or maybe he doesn't move slow, but I just doesn't feel like he moves as fast as Pacquiao.
Sean Porter is one of those prominent names
Yeah.
that people look at, especially in the welterweight division. He's a 2-time world champion,
Yep.
and recently he made the comments about he felt that Devin Haney and Jorge Linares fight was fixed. Hey, give me your take on that, man. Since you in the game, you in the sport competing, what do you think about that?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't think it was fixed. Feel me?
No,
I don't
more
know.
so Sean's comments. Sean
Conscious
comments.
comments. I mean, it was boxing. It's politics. People say things like, remember, it's a business. You feel me? He may not feel so within himself, but sometimes you gotta say something. You feel me? And if he does feel so within himself, that's his opinion.
Okay.
Word.
I just wanted to ask you some grown man questions, as you continue to grow in the sport. I just wanted to get your opinion, you know what I'm saying, and see what you felt about it.
That's a fact.
My last question, man, who do you have words for out there, in the welterweight division, coming from Jahi Tucker, what do you have to say to those in the welterweight division?
Coming from Jahi Tucker, I want to say to everybody in the welterweight division and just boxing in general from 140 and up, because I'm coming for everything after. You feel me? I just want you to let you know, yo, man, coming, and I'm coming. That's pretty much it, really. I don't really say too much after that.
Hey, I feel you on that. You know, the big name Elvis Rodriguez at 140. It was a lot of hype behind him. He just took his
Yeah,
first life. He
yeah,
just took his first loss against
yeah,
Kenneth Sims Jr.
yeah. I expected that. Kennison Jr. could box. He's a good boxer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
seen
he
him
was
down in
16 and 2. You
yeah,
know, he outboxed Elvis Rodriguez, man.
yeah. He was down there in Houston one time when I was out there. You feel me? Prior to when I signed with Jane, he was down there working with Coach K. And yo, man, he can really box. Coach K is a great coach. He's a really good fighter, and I knew it. Elvis hits really hard.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, he hits really hard. I know he hits really hard, but skill wise, skill
So
wise.
what do you see happening? Or have you heard anything about, the Josh Taylor victory over Jose Ramirez, who he may be facing next?
Right now, they're talking about Crawford. Crawford. They're saying Crawford. That would be a pretty good fight. I think Crawford beats him, and that would be a good fight for both of them though, because to get the name under their belt. You know what I mean?
Correct. So since you
Yeah.
said that you think if Crawford defeats Josh Taylor,
Yeah.
will he get more recognition again for being undisputed, vice what they didn't give him with Julius Ndongo?
Yeah, I mean, people always going, they're always gonna try to find a way to say something. They trying to come at Teofimo saying he's not undisputed because he has the franchise belt,
Yeah.
and Devin Haney has a real belt. Devin he didn't fight anybody. Loma beat Luke Campbell for the belt. You feel me? Beat Luke Campbell for the belt. Tio beat Loma. Therefore, Tio's the champion. I don't care if he champion a recess or franchise champion, whatever. He's the champion. He beat the guy. And Devin Haney's a good fighter. He's up there, but yeah.
I appreciate you saying that, man. Hey, I'm gonna let you get back to the lab. I know you couldn't wait, man.
Yeah.
Final words for your fans out there, Jahi Tucker.
Yo, thank you guys for all the support. Tune in June 12th, ESPN Plus, Virgin Hotels, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tune in, please. We see a show you won't want to miss. Shout out World Combat Sports, because you helped this one too, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you, Jahi Tucker. Also, you can follow Jahi at on IG at whois_Jahi Tucker. Once again, salute to your team, your family, everybody that's helping you along the way, man. And you always welcome to World Combat Sports. Appreciate you, bro.
Vice versa, man. Appreciate it, man. Much love.
All right, take it easy, bro.
See you, bro.
Y'all know Money Brown. Money Brown's gonna make that comment. Hey, man, I respect Jahi Tucker's confidence in answering the question. I mean, he just doesn't flow with what looks good on the outside. He pretty much said he believes Manny Pacquiao still has what it takes. He still has enough goods to go in there and defeat Errol Spence, dog. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't have given that. I wouldn't have provided that response. But I respect Jahi for responding the way he did, because within his boxing mindset, he believes Manny Pacquiao still have enough to get it done. And then look what he said, about the situation with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. He just kept it opinionated to his view. Teofimo Lopez beat the man that was the top pound for pound. He was the actual WBC champion. A lot of people refuse to take that narrative and enforce it in their response. They'll come up with, well, this is the Ali, this is the belt that Ali has and all that. He gave a pretty damn good educated response. He said Loma defeated Luke Campbell for the WBC title. He was top pound for pound. The only other title that Lomachenko needed was the IBF. So the franchise, what it was. It was petitioned for. Teofimo Lopez went in there and defeated Loma. It is what it is, man. When Lopez come off this George Kambosos fight, then again, we might finally get the fight everybody's talking about. Terrence Crawford. I really hope he gets Josh Taylor. I really hope that. Because every time his name is the topic of discussion, people revert back to who he fought initially at 140 to become undisputed. They provide Julius Ndongo with absolutely no credit. None whatsoever. His FICO, his boxing FICO is so low. You can't even get approval for Boxing HUD, with that FICO. It has to be like 0.05 to 0.1 FICO score. They refuse to give Terrence Crawford credit. So if Terrence is talking about dropping down from welterweight to 140 again and fight Josh Taylor, it wouldn't be no questions asked. He go in here and defeat Josh Taylor and become two-time undisputed champion. You can't deny the fact of what we already saying. There's a reason why he's top pound for pound list over Errol Spence. For him to come back, return to a division at his age at 140, get it in with Josh Taylor, earn the victory. I mean, it's not going to be nothing no one can say about two-time undisputed champion at junior welterweight. And of course, you know, I'm hoping, wishing it happens. Money Brown said he got his own way of thinking, and that's a great thing. He's very mature. Yeah, he's very mature for his age, man. You know, shout out to his team. You know, his pops has been with him from day one. You know what I'm saying? So they've been handling business over there. I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate the work his pop is doing for him. Real talk. But I can tell you this, man. Whoever wanna, but that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to Jahi Tucker stepping in there with Israel Barbosa. He's 3-1-1, and like you said, it's gonna be in Las Vegas. His manager is Jay Prince. Shalom is the one who I believe introduced and crossed that bridge for him to get signed over there. He is a top rank fighter. So he's LeBron James of boxing. Anybody else that's talking that noise is copying off Jahi Tucker. He came in there with LeBron jersey on his first fight, and you have to respect the fact that he went with it and he got the job done. And ever since his first fight to the third fight, he's been on point. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I know y'all heard me tell him about his movement, his defense. I think that's going to carry Jahi a long way because his movement is in rhythm with like dancing. I wouldn't say like Emmanuel Augusta or something like that, but his movement is crazy. You know, I think it's going to carry him a long way in the sport. What's going on, Money?
Scotty, what's going on, bro? How you feeling?
I'm chilling, man. Money Brown on deck, man. What you cooking up, Money Brown?
We're working on AB video. AB talking about Regis and the young Gary Antoine Russell. But I just want to salute you, man, on another great interview, bro. Scotty, man. I mean, cats be hating on you, bro. I be seeing it, dog. And it's crazy, bro, because you put in so much work, bro. You feel me? Like real work. You know what I mean? Like a lot of cats not in the field like you, bro. Like you really in the field, bro. You know, and I just look at the shit as it's just I don't know what to call it, bro. But I'm just gonna call it how I see it, bro. I'm looking at it as hate and jealousy, bro. You feel me? Hate and jealousy, bro. Ain't no way this shit should at least have 50 motherfuckers in here. You know what I mean? And I know y'all don't give a damn because it was just like me. I didn't give a damn. You feel me? But at the end of the day, bro, I respect the hard work and the grind, but I respect you still getting up and doing what you got to do, bro. You feel me? So I'm gonna.
I appreciate that money coming from you. Yeah. I appreciate that coming from you because I've seen you back to the Facebook days, you know, before I was on YouTube. So I know you've been grinding. You've been all over this YouTube game. And, you know, hey, Money, I don't even ask the question, man. If they tune in, they tune in. They don't. But you know what it is. The ones out there that have something negative to say, I'm not going to ask the question as to why no more, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Right. But
I appreciate your support, though. I appreciate your support, man.
Man, 120%, bro. But the young Jahi, man, I'm liking that kid, bro. I'm liking his work ethic. Like even though he on here talking to you, he's still grinding, he's still working. He's still humble, and he taking the time out to get an interview, just letting you know that he appreciates you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit I respect right there, bro. By him just like it don't matter if he grinded or not, he go get it through, but he still go, you know what I'm saying, take the time out to show love, bro. And them the cats that deserve the real support. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The real support.
I totally agree, man. I totally agree.
It's like you said, he ain't just going along to get along, bro. He's speaking his mind, whether people go like him or not. Like we weren't expecting what he was saying. I wasn't expecting, but I'm like, I can respect what he's saying though, because he a student of the game. What can we say? He's a fighter. He's in the game. He's not looking at no. It ain't like he making no weak analysis. He like, well, I'm looking at what Manny Pacquiao is, and Manny Pacquiao is a dangerous fighter, bro. And that's true. You feel me? And that's why I can respect that kid, bro. I like him a lot.
Hey, while you on here, I know you are a big supporter of Errol Spence. I want to hear your breakdown of Manny Pacquiao. You know, being he is 42 years old, you know, I'm pretty sure they plan on reinstating him to full WBA champion, super champion, right?
Yep, I just seen an interview with him where with his first workout where he said he's in talks with the WBA and it's looking like,
Okay.
and the president of the WBA said it's looked like Manny go get it though. But listen, bro, Manny done seen it all. He done it all. It ain't nothing that's gonna surprise him in the ring with Earl Spence. The only thing I look at it is the game plan that he come in with to try to, slow Manny down with the timing and the range and distance. But you can never count Manny Pacquiao out, bro. He's a dangerous fighter, right? He's not afraid. People keep saying, and that's why I keep telling people they keep Manny afraid of Terrence Crawford. Manny not afraid of them dudes, bro. He just looking as he making business move like he a business. Now, of course, if you can find a fight that's gonna pay you more than what you go get for Earl Spencer Bud, you go take it. It's a business move. But at the end of the day, that man, he'll fight anybody, bro. He'll fight anybody, and he coming in, like you said, he got to be better than he was against Keith Thurman. So he's training like he's in a gym right now, training, getting ready. So he got his preparation together. Like I say, he a student of the game. So like Jahi said, I agree. This is a tough fight for Earl. I don't look at Manny as a 42-year-old fighter. I don't look at him as a 40 because what he just did to Keith Thurman, and the people that was 2 years ago. But like Manny said, the 2 years off, she was like, do you think that's going to slow you down? He's like, no, it kind of helped me because of the age. You know what I mean? Like I get to heal my body. Everything else is like muscle memory. So I just get back in the gym, start training early, right? And then I'll be right back to where I need to be. Like he's a veteran in the game. So he know what it takes on that level. He's been there so many times. So he know what it takes to get in shape for this fight. You know what I mean? And Earl Spence ain't the fighter where he gonna have to chase him around the ring. So you understand, like it's a dangerous fight for Earl Spence. I got Earl winning. This ain't no easy fight for Earl Spence.
Wow. I have it the opposite, man. I think Errol Spence is gonna give Manny Pacquiao the business, man. Real talk. I just think this is one of the bigger names on Errol Spence's resume, right? So either one or two things gonna happen, money. He's gonna go in there and make a statement by demolishing Manny Pacquiao, or he's gonna walk him and put in some rounds with Manny Pacquiao so he can keep those Filipino fans. Because he go in there and won Manuel Marquez and put him flat on his face. The Filipino nation, they might look at Errol Spence and say, "No, I don't want to support him no more."
Right, they ain't like the Mexican fans where they come on over to the squad. Yeah, they go.
Yeah.
But I look at it like this though, Scotty. I can respect that, but I just look at Manny Pacquiao. The first 6 rounds, he gonna be super dangerous, bro, because the speed is gonna be there. Because he still got the speed. I'm looking at him. He still got the speed. And when I'm looking at Earl is a hell of a fighter, but Earl like to catch a lot of punches he like to prairie a lot of shots, catch a lot of shots. So he gotta be a little bit agile, like Jahi said. Sometimes he's a little bit too flat-footed. And sometimes, like you give, because Earl got a high tempo as well. He like to go out there and bang it out too. So when you out there banging it out, you're giving many shots to throw. And Floyd said something that was very that always stick with me, bro. What he said, he see why Manny Pacquiao is an 8 division world champion. He like to set traps in the ring. You know what I mean? And Manny set traps where he'll get you to walking in, and that's what he wants you to do. He'll act like he'll throw something out there just to get you to walking in, and that's what he want Earl Spence to start coming forward so he can try to use them angles on you. And that's what Earl gonna have to be smart at to remember not to go crazy in there and just try to. And he's smart enough, but not to get too close and forget your range of distance and try to go like too many combinations to where you might get caught with something with the speed that you don't see from Manny Pacquiao from an angle that you can't get him at. And so that's what worried me is the angles of Manny Pacquiao with Earl Spence. And not saying Earl just follow you straight down the line, but he do got a tendency of coming straight down that line when he get into the fighting groove, and that's where things gonna get dangerous for him. But I'm with you on the part where I think the second half Earl started taking over. I don't know if I know he back with Blu-ray and I know he gonna be strong, and it's a possibility that he can stop Manny like a TKO, or he probably can drop him and put him down. But man, I don't know, Scott. I see a tough fight, bro. I see Manny coming getting in the best shape that he can be at 42 years of age. And I think Manny understand that the magnitude of the fight. He understand what Earl Spence is. So he coming in his best shape, bro. And Freddie Roach gonna have a good game plan. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But I'm hoping you right. I'm hoping you right.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that Manny Pacquiao understands the magnitude, right? But when it comes down to him being back, Errol Spence being back with Blu-ray, I just feel like, he even said himself that he was what? He said he was like C+ or something like that his last fight against Danny Garcia. So this time, if he's coming in more healthier, we all know that Manny Pacquiao kind of fatigued against Keith Thurman, when the fight went along. He does that against Errol Spence. It's gonna be a whole nother story, man. So that's my take on it, man. I really think Errol Spence put it down and proved to the fans to build up that fantasy fight between him and Terrence Crawford. I think he go in there and dominates Manny Pacquiao, probably like in the mid rounds, like the end of the 5th, 6th round. Errol Spence, like you said, started taking over.
Yeah, that's what I think too, though. But like I said, it's just me. I can never count out Manny Pacquiao, bro. I'm a big fan of Manny Pacquiao. I've always been a big fan of his, bro. I appreciate him, what he did for the sport, the things he do.
Yeah.
And just the warrior mentality.
Yeah.
Now, won his first choice, right? But, at the end of the day, he's stepping in the ring with him, so everything else goes out the window. I'm just looking forward to see how good he do at 42 years of age. But, I'm pulling for Earl. I want Earl to go in there and to put it down on him, because I want him and Bud, man. I want that fight. I really want that fight, bro. Like, that's the fight at 147 that we need. But right now, he got Manny Pacquiao in front of him. He can't worry about Bud. He can't worry about 54. He can't worry about nothing else. He got to worry about Manny Pacquiao.
You're right, man. You're right. I respect Manny Pacquiao too. I mean, 8 division, he's a legend. I totally respect it. When I'm looking at his age, and with that 8 divisions money, I'm talking about with that 8 divisions, he's suffered knockouts in his career. He has so much tread on his tire, man, that I always say in boxing years, Manny might be a bit older than his age. 42, he might be somewhere close to 50 or more, because he's been in the game so long.
Yep, that's true, bro. That's true, and that plays a big part. Bernard Hopkins said a lot too. Like, it take them wars take age up out of you. Say, yeah, man, like that take about 4 or 5 fights up out of you, especially that Marquez knockout. I was just talking to a homeboy about that. I say, look here, man. When Marquez knocked out Manny Pacquiao, it don't matter what he done after that. That's the only thing you gonna remember Marquez for. He lost to Bradley. He took a. I say, you don't even remember the loss to Tim Bradley. He like, man, I forgot. I said, oh, I think when you mention Marquez, you go mention Pacquiao being knocked out. That's what you go mention. So it is gonna play a part. Father time is real. It's real in the ring, and it's like what Manny Pacquiao bring though. So this could be his last hurrah. This can be his last hurrah. I think you want to go out with a bang. Win, lose, the draw. You go get the just doing the credit for just stepping up to the plate against Errol Spence, the young hungry lion at 147. So Manny, like, there's nothing else he can really accomplish in the sport. You feel me? But he's challenging himself, and like I say, win, lose, or draw, he going out with it. It's gonna still be a good narrative on his name, no matter what happens. So it's gonna be a hell of a fight though. But I'm with Earl 120. You know that. I think he get the victory. He gonna do a number. I think he take over in the second half. But the first half, I think it's gonna be a little shaky for him. That's just what I think. I think Manny gonna come out, and Earl gonna have to adjust to the speed. He gonna have to adjust to the angles. But I think once he find the right range and distance, I think that's when he start taking over.
Hey, last assessment, money. I want to get your take on Sean Porter's comments that he made about Devin Haney and Jorge Linares' fight being fixed. Sean Porter's been coming out saying some crazy things. Since he's now a commentator, along with Timothy Bradley and even Andre Ward, per se, right? But I want to get your take on one of the most controversial statements he just made was about the fight with Devin Haney and Jorge Linares possibly being fixed. What you got to say about that, man? It was with the outcome of the fight and everything.
With Porter being a fighter, Scotty, bro, it was just mind blowing to me, bro. Like, why would you come out and insinuate that? Like, you could have said anything. Or Linares, he cannot step on the gas, because it's like he just forgot about, regardless of what you think about the father and the son or whatever the situation was, to forget about the first 9 rounds. And like, if somebody will come out and fix a fight, I don't think you want it to last 11 rounds. You know what I'm saying? You want to make it look good. Like, I'm gonna knock you out in the 5th or the 6th round to make me look good. Nobody want to go all 12 rounds in a fixed fight. So
hell no.
And his assessment was, okay, Linares is 35 years of age. When he hurt him, he had enough energy to escort him back to the corner. Okay, well, you got to remember, Sean, it was at the end of the round when you hurt him, and he seen the leg. So, of course, you can make a little gesture, go sit down. But he don't know how Devin Haney coming back out in that round. Like, he could have recovered. Like, okay, I'm not going to just run out here and jump on this man after he been tagging me through this. I'm going to see where he at with it. And like I was saying, I think Devin was more physically strong than Linares, to where he can grab and hold. But for Sean to say that, being a fighter, knowing how tough the business is in sports, right? Like, you can mess up a man money like that. Like, you can mess up his next fight. You can mess up Devin Haney getting his just due, his credit, because how the boxing game is already. They already criticized the kid about the shot. So now the fight was fixed. It just take away, man. And for him, to be a black man, for him to be a fighter, still in the game, and for him to know the business, and for him to say that oh, son was looking fishy. Then I called my dad, and my dad said, if it walk like a duck, it talk like a duck, it is a duck. I just
What?
I felt like it was wrong, Scott. I just feel like it was wrong. I felt like it was out of bounds and out of pocket. And like Jahi said, he felt like the fight wasn't fixed. Earl said he felt like the fight wasn't fixed because you couldn't even look at nowhere to say where the fight was fixed at. So he just saying about him not jumping on him at the time, coming out. You should have just came out and jumped right on him. No, that ain't Lenore's style. Like he still
Correct.
try to fight, So at the end of the day, I feel like Sean Porter was out of pocket. To me, Scott, I feel like he owed Devin Haney and Lenore's an apology for playing with their honor like that, right? For coming out saying, "Oh, y'all go out here and fix this fight," to where y'all rob us the fans out of a hell of a fight, and then cheat yourself. You know what I mean? Like that's you have no integrity if you go do some things like that. Or we gonna go how we go fix fight. You know what I'm saying? You lose your integrity. A 3 division world champion in Lenore's, right? Trying to win another world title. Why would I be trying to fix a fight? You know what I mean? It ain't like the money was just outstanding. It ain't like it was $11 million that fucking Kovalev got. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just look at it as I feel like it was wrong with Sean Porter to say that, and for him to be who he is with the platform that he got, he should know better, bro. And I feel like he owed him an apology.
I look at it like this with he can assume what he wants. I've been very critical of Devin Haney, but when it comes down to what Devin Haney said post-fight, he said it's been plenty of people to get dropped. And don't nobody talk about it. They actually praise him. And he has a point. He has a huge point because Ryan Garcia, he was dropped by Luke Campbell. He gets up and act goofy in the post-fight and talking about, oh, man, I got dropped. I didn't know it. It felt kind of good and all this other shit. People was like, and that's the spirit. That's the spirit right there to have if you get knocked down. But Haney gets touched, which happens in boxing. And I would say this. I believe the boxing public wholeheartedly, 100%, was wrong on the way they was criticizing him. But you know what I do in the sport of boxing, they're going to come at you when you on top. He has a big name in the sport of boxing. Even though he has that one WBC title and he's been linked to Lopez fight, he does have a name in the sport that everybody knows. But for them to take away his glory and sit up here and look at a fight that he dominated for one round all the way through the 10th, damn near, before he got caught at the bell, and then for him to stay close, be smart, hold into the final bell a little bit. He boxed in between there. People, the only thing they see is the 10th round, though. And I don't know if it's racism. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's extreme bias when it comes to just Devin Haney's name. But many people, Baranchik Cepeda had multiple knockdowns in a fight. People that praising the shit out of him. I mean, what are we talking about?
And I feel the same way, Scott, because I'm like, wait a minute, we go back, like we seen Floyd get rocked multiple times, right? But the thing is, he didn't go down. And one thing that I hate, Scott, and I always get mad at fighters is when they get hurt, they try to continue to fight. Knowing you hurt, knowing that this man finna hit you with a big shot.
Correct.
Main thing to do is to grab and clinch. That's what clinching was made. Like it's the perfect time to clinch. When you hit and you hurt, you grab on and you hold on and try to get your legs back and make it out of that round. And Devin Haney did a smart veteran move. What you supposed to do? You know what I mean? You supposed to do that. Like I didn't agree with him not saying that he was hurt. He should have just went, I was hurt. I got the, but nonetheless, like you say, they criticize him for that situation. And nowadays with the social media, it's more feelings than actually. Being a fan nowadays. People being their feelings and people be, oh, he got hurt, he's not ready. Or he can't do it. You don't know if that man ready or not. Let's see him. Styles make fights. Everybody fight different. Whether you feel like your man is a knockout puncher or not. The man say he want to fight, let's put him in there. Because like you said, he dominated. A beautiful fight came out from the first all the way to the 10th. Get caught in 11, coming forward. When you fight and go get hit. That's the name of the game. When you sit down and you fighting somebody, you bound to get hit. And that's what happened. He went forward where everybody said they want to see him do more. Right, he got caught with a nice shot, took it. Thank God it was at the end of the bell. Who knows what could have happened after that? But he took the shot, came back out, and did what he did to make it to the end of the fight and get a unanimous decision. You know what I mean? Unanimous decision.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't no question going to the cards. It wasn't no question who's going to win going to the cards.
Even if he would have dropped him, it still wouldn't have helped him. But at the
correct,
end, it's like you said, though, Scott. When your name is getting up there like that, and you become the big time name, it's gonna come with the territory. But it's all about having a strong mentality to say, okay, I get what y'all go do. So I'm gonna go out here and next performance, I'm gonna make sure I look better to make y'all continue to hate because now they go watch you to see if you really is what you is. So Floyd said it best. Whether they watch you to see you win, whether they watch you to see you lose, as long as they watch you, that's your job. You know what I mean? You're doing
True.
your job. Know what you should be doing.
Aaron Jones, he said that Sean Porter didn't say the fight was fixed. So, Aaron, insinuations is something we know in life. Like, as individuals that cognizantly know how to interpret things, if Sean Porter goes on here and he says everything but the word fix, and we understand totally what he's talking about, he's talking about the fight being fixed. You know, he don't have to say the F word. I mean, he's in boxing. He don't want to sit up there and lose his job, but he can insinuate the fight could have went a certain way if so-and-so did this. Or, you know, Jorge Linares, he had more strength to play around with Devin Haney at the end of the fight and all this other stuff. I mean, they can say the same thing about Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell fight. They can say that was fixed because, goddamn it, when Ryan Garcia got up, all Luke Campbell did was back up against the ropes and invite him in for a motherfucking knockout. Right. So we can say that fight was fixed.
Facts. When you get up, when you on your show, man, you talking about some was fishy to me, man. It seems I'm not gonna say enough, but I called my dad and I told my dad he could have did this, and my dad said if it walked like a duck, it looked like a duck, it is a duck. So what are they insinuating? Like Scotty just said, we not finna play no games. We grown enough to understand what somebody is talking about, bro. So y'all can sit up here and say, oh, well, Sean Porter didn't say this and say that, and psych yourself out. But we know exactly what he was talking about. So we ain't gonna beat around the bush. That's why we here. That's why we on here talking our talk, and that's why people listen to us.
He said Tank knocked down Gamboa. Tank knocked down Gamboa 3 times and stopped him in the 12th. You had Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and even Terrence Crawford jumping on Tank. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, he was talking mad trash about Gamboa. Tank fought Gamboa before Devin Haney. That's kind of, I don't know how that is relevant to fighters talking about one another, vice what we're talking about in Sean Porter giving his opinion on a fight. We're not talking about 2 fighters who are competing in the same weight class. Sean Porter is in a position where he commentates now. He's not fighting per se in the lightweight division. So that analogy is not something I'm looking at right now, because all these guys you mentioned, pretty much, I mean, they just talking trash amongst one another. Sean Porter is pretty much talking about how the fight could have concluded, and he put his 2 cents in and said, just like he called his dad, if it looks like a duck and quack like a duck, motherfucker's fixed. You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
And like I said, it ain't that he just said it. Ain't like he was just on. He got a platform now, bro, where where people are watching. Like he getting 60,000 views, and go look at that.
Yeah.
I wonder how many views. Go look at the views and see how many views he got on that thing. And when he's saying that he feel like the fight is fixed, like man Scott saying he feel like it's fixed, and look who he getting it out to. He getting it out to the masses of people who are hardcore boxing fans, and he is a current active fighter. So his word hold weight. You know what I mean? His word hold weight coming from a fighter's mouth. So when he say things like that, people tend to believe it, and they get to running with it. And that can mess up a man's business, and it can trouble a man's integrity and make a man look like he's weak and he's soft and that he can't go in there and get the job done. You need people to go out here and fix fights for you. And then on Linares situation, you out here blowing fights, because what is Devin Haney gaining going in there fighting Linares when we say this is the toughest fight of his career, but the fight is fixed? So what is he gaining? You see what I'm saying? So you got to watch what you say out here in these boxing streets, especially when you somebody as Sean Porter and hold as much weight as he hold in this boxing game, man.
That's real talk, that money, Brown. I agree 100%. That's real talk right there. And, Sean Porter is one of those guys where they don't know whether wholeheartedly support, how he moving right now. And then, of course, him coming out, what he's saying, not everybody's going to be able to like you. You can't go around here having this mindset that everybody's going to like you. You can be A1. A lot of shit you can say will be spot on, but it's always going to be some motherfuckers out here that have their own say so. So you got to have your own opinion. Take it for what it's worth with Sean Porter. That's not the last time. This is not the last time we're going to hear Sean Porter say some voice his opinion, or it's not the last time we're going to hear Timothy Bradley voice his opinion. And people be like frowning up, like, what the fuck he talking about?
For real, because Tim Bradley, he can say some shit too. That's why we walked up on AB. I know. I know, but AB, I just want you. I'm like, nah, you in his face now. Keep the same energy, dude. Because you Tim Browdy just say a lot of off the wall shit, man. I'll be like, dude, what the hell is you talking about, Tim? Like, for real, did Provodnikov take the rest of the sense that you had in your head in that fight? Because sometimes he just be saying some off the wall stuff. Even Andre Ward got to be like, I can't even co-sign you on that one now, man. Like, all right, I ride with you, Tim, but not on that one, bro. But
Yeah, man.
it just be weird to me though, Scott, man. Especially, and this is no race thing for nobody else, but being African American, they've been African American, and sometimes hearing some of the stuff that they be saying, bro, it just be a little mind boggling to me.
I think they have to. I'm gonna tell you something I know for a fact. On Triller, one of the guys who was hired on initially, they removed him from the broadcast. No one knew this, but he actually said it once he came back on. They said they removed me from the broadcast because I was too plain. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't saying enough comments to get people to tune in that's out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Outside his comfort zone. So when he came back on, he was a lot more looser and down to earth. He was trying to be professional around Snoop Dogg, Al Bernstein, and all them cats. But that's not what Triller is looking for. They want the shit De La Hoya was doing, acting an absolute nut on the motherfucking TV, you know?
For real. They just want that down earth, just, man, what we can say, just free falling. They want what we doing, because sometimes, man, we just keep it real. That's what gravitates, bro. That's what gravitates, bro. Like, you just, we on here, we keeping it real. We ain't sugarcoating, we ain't beating around no bush. We telling how it is and what we feel. And that's just, sometimes that's just what you need, bro. Instead of trying to get on her and pretend to be something. And not saying that it's a bad thing, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you got to be professional at certain points. You never know how certain people take certain things, how ESPN wanted to be, or how this broadcast wanted to be. So you go in there, you like, man, should I do this? But at the same time, you come back, you like, okay, well, if you want me to just be me, I can just give you me. You know what I'm saying? But when I do, you better be ready for it. You know what I mean? So I can understand the situation, what he was going through, but at least they gave him another chance. You feel me, Scott? At least they gave him another chance to come back and redeem himself.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it was something strange to me because, I was at the fight and everything, and I'm wondering, I've already talked to him in the hotel, and I was kind of wondering why he wasn't there. And then when he came back on, he basically told the audience what had happened. And he's real happy to be there, first of all. That's why I'm not going to say his name. He's very happy to be there, but that Triller platform is different. Like, they don't want no humble, subtle, professional type shit. They want you to be outlandish, like you smoking with Snoop Dogg every day. I mean, that's the attitude they want, Speaking of Adrian Broner, bro, this is my last question to you.
Okay.
Do you even think he's able to win to make that weight to 140 if he did get the fight with Regis?
I think he can do it. I think you got to be disciplined as hell. That's why I liked it when he's with Kevin Cunningham, because Kevin Cunningham was a non-disciplined, like, he was
only winning for one fight count, wasn't he?
I think it was two. I think they had. Yeah, I think it was two. They had the one where they had Pacquiao and the one before Pacquiao. Because
he was winning for the Garcia, right?
Yeah, Mikey Garcia and was he with him for Garcia and Pacquiao? What was the last fight?
I could have sworn when Adrian Broner fought Garcia, I think he was with Kevin Cunningham. I think I'm not sure.
I think he was, because he had to get that weight down. I think he was.
Yeah, he had to get that weight down. Yep.
And that was the last fight before. No, Pacquiao was the last fight before Santiago. So when you look at it, I feel like he can do it, Scott, but he's just gonna have to be disciplined, bro. It's gonna be up to him to do it, and if they don't do it, they might hit a catch weight of 144 somewhere around that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Regis ain't gonna let that fight. That's the fight that Regis won't. Now the thing is, could he beat Regis? You know what I'm saying? Could he beat him? That's gonna be the question.
Regis is a dog, man.
Regis is a dog, bro. Regis is a dog, and Regis is dangerous for somebody like AB. But the thing,
just ask Ivan Redkach, who put on a goddamn Oscar performance.
Man, the Oscar performance of a lifetime. That boy did a great job. I'm talking about even fooled the referee out. I'm like, this man, and I seen this guy when I say, man, come on, bro. That punch was not low. It was on the side. He even threw Regis' program a little bit. Regis like, hold on, let me check again and see, did I really hit I know I hit the but low, but let me see.
Yeah.
But I feel like he could make it, bro. But even if you want to, like, that's a fight that Regis wants, to where Regis say, whatever weight you want, motherfucker. If you want to go to 145, we can do it at 145. Regis know how big that fight is for him. He know what that fight is if he was to win that fight. So he ain't gonna turn it down. But that's a hell of a fight. And he's saying he want to knock out Regis. He's saying that's the fight he want. I got the little video. He's saying that's what he want next. So let's see if he get that.
Okay.
Bro. Let's see if he get that next. But it's a dangerous fight for him, bro. Because Regis is a dog, and Regis want to hurt you. He want to hurt you. So AB gonna have to let his hands go on this fight. He got to let his hands go on this fight. But Regis could be that fight to wake his ass up. It could be that fight to wake him up.
It could be, man, especially if it's on Triller and they give him that atmosphere that Triller has building up to the fight. Absolutely, bro. Like that'll be a damn good fight. But AB goes in there. I know there hasn't been anyone to step up and stop Adrian Broner. He got mad respect. That's why people give him still to this day that love for not being stopped once. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But Regis, I don't know, man. Looking at him fight Ivan Redcatch, I know it's Ivan Redcatch, but Regis a dog, man. And I don't think he's gonna give Adrian Broner no room. Serious. And then I don't know if you know this, but Triller, they fight in a smaller ring than the normal.
And that's what I feel, just how you feel. I feel like you're not gonna get Adrian Broner no room. I feel like him and Gary Antoine Russell will be two fights that arguably can stop AB. Probably not knock him out, but somewhere where they force his ass to say, "Look, man, I ain't gonna back out there with them motherfuckers. Just talent. I ain't fuck it. They got it. I hurt my hand. But it's like I feel like but that Regis fight is so dangerous, bro, because Regis really want to hurt him. To where it's like he takes out to where he goes smug, and they know that he don't throw no punches. They looking at him and say, we know what he don't want to do. But then again, Adrian Broner he's still like he's a smart ass fighter, but he still got good legs to where if his ass want to survive, he'll survive. So that's the only thing that I look at that fight. But I think it could be an entertaining fight. I hope he wake his ass up that fight. But I feel like if he go out there and he get dust off by Regis, I think that might be the last hurrah for AB. I think that might be. Not saying for us him fighting, but for us people saying, you know what, he can talk all the shit he want to talk, and that's it. He just lost to Regis Prograis. Regis took the thunder. Because it be them certain fights to where it be that certain fighter that take your thunder from your ass, to where people like, okay, he didn't took your thunder and ran off with it. Because Regis is that dog shit. If he get that Adrian Broner thunder, it'll put him on a different plateau to where he can take it and run with it. Because Regis is an animal, bro. He's an animal, and he a problem for anybody. And I really like him. But I think that's a fight that AB could. I ain't gonna say that he can't win. He could win if you wake up. But I think it's the fight to get to light the fire up on his ass, because he gonna know how dangerous Regis is. And then he want to knock him out. You want to knock him out? Okay, we gonna see what your ass put up under you to knock him out, dude.
Man, you just can't be coming in there, AB, talking this knockout language. We heard that music before. We heard the post fight with Pacquiao. I did it for the hood. I beat that boy. No, it ain't gonna happen with Regis. Regis is not Pacquiao. He gonna be in your ear. He gonna be talking shit to you during the fight. It's gonna be a whole different environment for AB.
Yes, sir. That's a New Orleans boy right there, man. That's a New Orleans boy. That boy
Ru
hurt you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he want to hurt you. He want to hurt you. So I feel like that's a hell of a fight. That's a big fight for boxing, Scott. That's a big fight for boxing.
Yeah. I hope they make that fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I definitely want to see Antoine, get another fight. I know Santiago. I'm gonna be honest with you, Santiago, man. That's Santiago. I even did an interview with him, but I was saying, how far can he go? And Antoine went in there and blasted this dude. So of course I want to see him in another fight. If he gets to fight with AB, that'll be a damn good fight too. But I think as far as hype wise and popularity to the boxing fans, they would definitely want to see AB and Regis Prograis.
I agree 120%. And like Gary Antoine, his stature ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like he
correct.
Regis was a champion. Regis fought in the tournament. He fought Josh Taylor, who's the undisputed champion now. Like Regis earned the fight. He actually did things to earn the fight. Gary Antoine Russell still got work to do. Santiago was a hell of a fight, hell of a performance from what Adrian Broner did to him to what you did to him. But it's still a common opponent. It ain't that big name. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a big name yet. So I want him to get another fight, then see him get a big name, then see him get there to where you can get an Adrian Broner fight of that nature. Not saying, but if you get it right now, kudos to you. Credit for you. We'll see what you do. But you still got more work to do. Like that was a hell of a win though with Santiago. I give you credit for that. But you still got work to do, because it ain't like Santiago was, that big name where it was like, oh man, you feel me? But some people probably thought he won. I thought Adrian Broner won the fight. But you still need that big name to put you on that level. So I'm with you. He still got work to do, but he looked damn good and he looked like an animal in the ring, bro. I just want them to talk more, or just be seen more, be more busier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, y'all heard it from the one and only Money Brown TV, man. Be sure to check him out on YouTube. Always putting up boxing videos and boxing analytics. Check him out. He is at around 4:30 most days during the week. He's over there with Everything Boxing and Sports with Keon. So be sure to check both of them cats out, man. They out here doing it big, you know, on this YouTube, talking this boxing. And I appreciate you for pulling up there, Money Brown, and the support. Appreciate you, bro.
No doubt. Appreciate you, Scott, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Like I say, I'm ready to support you 120, man. You do great work, bro. And I'm ready to support you always, big brother.
Hey, same to you, man. Salute to you.
All right.
Y'all be sure to go out there, check out Money Brown TV. You know, very knowledgeable brother in the sport. You know, he's mostly over there with during the week. He'll drop through with Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. Be sure to subscribe to both of them. You know, share the content and everything. I appreciate the support from the brothers. Yeah, I'm just in my lane doing what I do. You know, it was a point in time where, you know, putting together a lot of stuff, you know, trying to be active. And I am still active. You know, I run all my Facebook, IG, Twitter, and worldcombatsports.com. I do all that shit myself. I put out articles periodically. I'm not here to convince everybody on YouTube to come over here and have hundreds of people tuned in. When they tune in, that's cool. They tune in. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But the ones who support me right now, I appreciate you. Real talk. I appreciate it. I'd rather have real ones, you know, in the live chat support me than ones I don't even know that never say anything and not really really tuned in to WCS. It's all good. D Hodges in the building, man. You know, Andrew, Charles, Aaron in the building. Appreciate you. I want to get back to a comment. Andrew Charles said, I keep thinking that Logan KSI was on Triller, but it was on the Zone. They did a good job, but a good job. But I don't think Eddie was sold on the concept. Absolutely. Absolutely. He wasn't sold on the concept. Why? Because potentially they might, his whole collective group of supporters might not have been sold on the concept. It's like, hey, man, we're going to chill from that for a minute. We're just going to chill. We don't know if we're going to keep on doing this. Just imagine if they would have stayed with it. Potentially, you know, Eddie Hearns may have had some bragging rights, but I don't think his people was willing to keep that going. Now, being that it's taken off with Showtime, right? And Triller, now they might reconsider somewhere down the line to have exhibition fights, but it is what it is, man. The Zone is it is what it is, man. Like you said, I totally agree. They didn't really support the concept. They didn't put 100% effort into it. And now look at it. Now look at Logan Paul when he came off his fight with KSI. How many people tuned in and the Zone just let it go? Then you look at Jake Paul in January 2020. He fought. And for the whole year 2020, it was really mediocre energy given to the Paul brothers. And all of a sudden, Triller puts on Jake Paul and everybody go crazy. And he was on the undercard of Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. Crazy, right? Aaron Jones said I wasn't talking about Sean Porter in the last comment. I don't think I interpret when you said Tank knocked down Gamboa 3 times and stopped him in the 12th. You had Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Terrence Crawford jump on Tank after that fight. I don't think I even mentioned Sean Porter in that analogy either, that feedback. I was at the fight. I know who was talking trash, especially Devin Haney. I was very critical on him talking trash about that opponent, Yuriorkis Gamboa. Why? Man, just look at the lives I did. You know, he was talking so much trash about Gamboa, and Gamboa ended up being his next opponent. And then, you know, he tells the audience or the post-fight, he says he wanted to prove that he can pitch a shutout. We wasn't looking for a shutout. We was looking for you to stick to your words, as you said, basically, right? That you're gonna beat Gamboa worse than any other fighter has. You pretty much saying you was gonna do him dirty. And we didn't see that. Gamboa was very happy. He was smiling. He was jovial. You know, he was waiting to go cash that check so he can go out to the club. But anyway, it's not even on that energy right now. It's just the point where Fighters gonna talk shit to one another when it comes down to it. But you have a lot of people that's on YouTube that was pretty much insinuating what Sean Porter was getting at. He doesn't have to say the fight was fixed. That one little word, that one little 5-letter word, man. I'm telling you, in boxing can get people fired. That one little word. So what Sean Porter did was just talking the roundabout and let everybody do their own interpretation. As long as Sean Porter then underscore fixed, he's good. But if he would have insinuated and went adamant that fight was fixed, then you are like basically disrespecting the sport of boxing in your position. You have a platform, now you're disrespecting the sport of boxing. We have you in this position. You can say some controversial shit, but just don't have it out there dealing with cheating. You know, the perfect example I can use is Deontay Wilder in his interview with PBC. Perfect example. When he was talking about fighters out here cheating, what they do? They cut the interview. That's what I'm talking about with the word fixed. When look, boxing can cheat all they want. Month after month after month. Just, you know, they can do crazy shit and you think yourself like, what the fuck is boxing doing? But if you're in a position where you have millions watching and they hired you on and you go over there and say, hey, I think that fight was fixed. Real talk, I think it was fixed. Something's wrong. I think that shit, something very fishy about that. Like when he did this, this, and this, and the referee overlooked it, man, it was fixed. If you say that word, then they're going to take it for what it's worth. They're going to say, nah, we can't have you around no more. You know what I'm saying? You busy talking about boxing is cheating. They know it's some cheating going on in boxing, but they just don't want you to tell the people. I'm just saying, they don't want you to tell the people, dog. Fuck that. They say, don't tell nobody it's cheating in boxing. It's no use to have a million of followers if none of them is real. I would rather have a few real ones in the building. Absolutely, Aaron. I say it all the time. I'd rather have 10 people in the live chat that know what the fuck they talking about rather than 200-300 and they not even coming. They just there like this. And look, those individuals that's sitting there listening, yes, they may be getting educated. Absolutely. I agree. But listen, I'm gonna tell you, absolutely. I'm an older cat, so I'm not up here tallying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me do this. I know what work I put in. I appreciate, Money saying that he recognized it. I appreciate it because that rarely happens. People see the body of work you do, and they won't even say anything about it ever. They won't tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? Keon too. I appreciate you, telling me what's up, man. Appreciating the grind. But it's a lot of cats out here on YouTube that just will they all about the views. They have to do this shit every day. And it's not that I don't respect what they're doing. They can do it however. I get it. But I don't have to. I have a passion for covering, combat sports. But I come on when I get on here, I try to interview fighters. I just try to keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna come out with the first breaking news all the time. If I get a hold to it, I get a hold to it. I get press releases. I don't come out with the news all the time on this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all in the live chat. Appreciate the ones that show up all the time. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Charles, the King Mitch, Michael Johnson boxing, talking more. You know what I'm saying? D Hodges, Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Sir Ken. All the cats to be showing up over here all the time, man. Appreciate Money Brown pulling up today. The Norris could never finish a fight anyways. Man, when they start talking about, insinuating if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck type of shit, I just looked at it for one. What is the rapport with the Porters and the Haneys? And if they are upset with the Haneys, they ain't the first. But I do find it a little bit of a bitch assness, just a bit, as P. Diddy said, bitch assness, if you're going to have a platform like that and you take that platform to go at somebody that just fought, that's building up their boxing career, you're going at Devin Haney, to the point to say his fight was fixed. That's something you could have said one-on-one to him and, you know, yourself and Bill. You didn't have to take that shit to millions watching and put that out there like that. I mean, I don't know. It's something about that has whole move just written all for real. It's just certain things you can do and how you address something rather than just taking away somebody's glory and saying that the shit was fixed. Anyway. But man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up once again. Shout out to Jahi Tucker, a rising talent, welterweight in the professional boxing. He's 3-0. He's heading there against Israel Barbosa, who's 3-1-1. That is next week, y'all. Top rank, J Prince signed boxer. Appreciate everyone for pulling up, man. Y'all continue to do what you do. And salute from World Combat Sports.
Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on